Hello FD family and welcome back to this week's Hot Takes, and this time you've got some hashtag premium content in the form of Joe Tomlinson, real first name Joe, not Joseph, and Patrick Van Straten, so the best ones.
Whoa.
Some would say. Are you ready for this? You ready for some dumb opinions?
I am.
The first one?
The first one was sent in by Andrew Aurenheimer. I'm guessing he's a German. He says, Henderson is about as talented as Danny Drinkwater.
Well, I feel like you've got a strong opinion.
You stupid German idiot, Andrew.
Wow.
What are you talking about? I actually think Henderson has had the standout season of his career this year. Liverpool fans absolutely love him. Managers love him. I personally, as an England fan, have grown to enjoy how he plays the game. When I first saw him, I thought maybe he's a little bit limited and he's only good in the engine room of the team. Actually, I think he started to create from deep quite well for England. He sprays some lovely crossfield balls. He picks balls between the lines into Jesse Lingard's feet really well. Without him, we look a completely different team. Eric Dyer came in, obviously, in the last game against Belgium, was horribly limited compared to Jordan Henderson. In my opinion, as a Manchester United fan saying this, Jordan Henderson, very good player.
Yeah, he's all right. Like, I mean, the thing is, though, I don't necessarily take this as an insult. I don't think Danny Drinkwater is not a talented player. Like, and also, how much does talent matter? Like, you've got to have some talent. But in that central midfield role, Jordan Henderson is like a tireless worker. He will just do what he's told to by his man. James Milner is a perfect example. James Milner, not a hugely talented player, but pretty much every manager who's ever coached him has said that they would take him over almost anybody else in their squad because he works his ass off. So I actually think that Jordan Henderson is the guy you want. He's your Dunga. He's your like Didier Deschamps. He's
But to
the guy who's
compare
going
him
to
to
do
Danny
the dirty
Drinkwater.
work. But what's wrong with Danny Drinkwater? Danny Drinkwater's a perfectly good player.
He is, but he's not at Jordan Henderson's level. Get out if you think he's at
He
Jordan
hasn't been
Henderson's
at Jordan Henderson's level this season. That doesn't mean he's not as talented as him.
level. It does.
Okay.
Jordan Henderson is more talented than Danny Drinkwater, for goodness sake.
Okay, but I think like Hatem Ben Arfa is more talented than like Marko Arnautovic, for instance. But I know that one of them would be a more useful player to my team, if you know what I'm saying.
Who would it be?
Arnautovic.
And who would you pick then? And Henderson or Danny Drinkwater?
I would pick Henderson.
So would I. The end of the question. There we are. Don't even bother speaking anymore, Van Straten. We've proved Andrew Aurenheimer wrong. Is he German?
Stop saying his name like that.
Nobody knows if he is German. Just...
Stop saying his name like you're on Medal of Honor. Like just jumps out
It is,
from
isn't
the
it?
ditch.
You
and
know,
it's
what
like,
was it? Medal of Honor, Rising Sun. Aurenheimer! Is that racist? Second one was sent in by Arjan Chambiao. He says, Croatia have been the best team at the World Cup and Luka Modric has been the best player at the World Cup. Thoughts?
I kind of agree. Like, has any other team won all three of their group games? I'm not sure they have.
I don't think so.
I think it's just Croatia, and like they're very watchable. Definitely, I thought at the Euros they were one of the best sides. Luka Modric, best player, maybe. I think there have been some very
Coutinho.
and even Godin. Godin has been amazing.
Yeah.
Like Uruguay have just shut it down defensively. So
Kieran Trippier.
and N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, very good.
Trippier has been.
Although I don't think Croatia have been the best
Oh, Belgium have won all three of their games.
team. Belgium have. I don't think they've been the best team. I think they've had the best areas of a team. I think they've got the best midfield at the
Yes,
World
definitely.
Cup currently.
Yeah.
Don't think they've got the most talented backline, and I actually don't overly rate their forwards. Any side that takes Vedran Chorluka and puts him on the bench, very good to watch, Croatia, but that is mainly down to having arguably the best midfield at the entire tournament in the form of Rakitic, Modric. I mean, Kovacic is on the bench.
Probably only Spain can compete with that midfield.
Yeah,
I'd say.
any side that can keep Kovacic on the bench is obviously exceptional. So I'm very excited by them.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if a new team won the World Cup, you know, and it'd be fun if it was Croatia. This is what, their fifth tournament?
Yeah.
Their first one was 1998, so 20 years after
They're on
that,
the right
win
side of the
World
draw
Cup.
as well. They're on the right side of the draw.
I don't know. I would love Croatia to win. If England couldn't win the World Cup, who would you want to win?
I would want... But yeah, I would potentially want Croatia to win. I think you're right.
Yeah, nice. There you go, Croatia. You're welcome.
What about you? Who do you want to win it if it's not your nation? The next tweet was sent in by, you won't believe it, he's only back again. It's Andrew Aurenheimer for the second time this show. Spicy opinions flying left, right and centre in Germany.
The return.
He says Ousmane Dembele is better than Mbappe. No, he's not.
He's very good, but better than Mbappe
No.
right now that's crazy.
I'm not having it. Mbappe had a fantastic season at Monaco last season, the season before last season, sorry, and then at PSG last season, he was good. He wasn't exceptional.
Really? I thought he was amazing.
He wasn't exceptional.
All right, fair
He
enough.
was good, but for 142 million euros, would you rather have Mbappe or Dembele? I would 1,000,000% rather have Mbappe.
I'd be perfectly happy to take Dembele. Might be an argument, right, where I think Dembele might be more talented. Dembele can play on either wing. He's an amazing creator. He's a better dribbler than Mbappe, to be sure. But Mbappe is just like, right now, Mbappe's the guy who wins you games more than Dembele.
He's
by
Mbappe.
far.
And
he's absolutely outrageous.
he's definitely more clinical in and around the box as well.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
something
yeah.
else
But
why
he's a
Dembele's
goal
the
scorer,
one.
though. He's a goal scorer, and Dembele's more of a creator.
Yeah, so
but
kind of
yeah,
two
I
different
mean,
players.
better. Like, they're different. But right now, if you have to say one's better, it's clearly Mbappe.
It's Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Shut up, Andrew. Shut up. The next one was sent in by the name Pato just said. What was it?
Pascal de Augustsson.
That. He says, Brazil would be better without Neymar. Thoughts?
Sort of agree.
Oh.
A not totally fit Neymar is a problem, right? Like, he wants the ball all the time. And he drops deep, and everybody in that Brazil team, as soon as they get the ball, nobody looks towards the goal, nobody looks towards the space. They all look for Neymar straight away. And actually, so far this tournament, like you said, Coutinho's been better than Neymar. He's been the guy who's dragged them through. So a not fully fit Neymar is a liability, and they'd be better off without him because the team's really good. But when he's fully fit, if he gets fully fit for like the round of 16, the quarters, I don't know. I still think he's got a chance of being player of the tournament, really. But at the moment, he is a little bit of a drag on them because like they try and do everything through him. It's like Messi for Argentina is doing everything because nobody else can do anything. Neymar wants to do everything for Brazil just because he wants to be the main guy, and that f***ing annoys me.
Oh, I actually think Brazil are far better with Neymar. I know that you talk about him not having his best tournament and potentially him always wanting the ball, but the positive that comes from him always wanting the ball is that opposition teams tend to press him and mark him a lot more heavier, leaving room for the likes of Coutinho and Gabriel Jesus, Willian, whoever's playing in forwards positions. Slightly more room, so that's probably why Coutinho has been so good, is because if there was no Neymar, teams would just go, let's target Coutinho.
Yeah, when they brought in Douglas Costa at half time in the Costa Rica game, he had so much space because they were keying on Neymar so much. But when they don't have someone like Douglas out there who can score and can create and can dribble, then they look a bit toothless. They look a bit one-sided. I mean, almost you want Coutinho and Neymar to be playing on separate wings because they're both so like.
How do you mark them?
They want the ball all the time, and they both want to drift out left and shoot. And it just means that you can basically park so many guys on the wing, just close them down.
Yeah, the also benefit of having Neymar in the later rounds is he can just produce a miracle from nothing in the same way that Coutinho can. So you have to have Neymar in that Brazil team. You have to have him. The Brazilian population absolutely love him as well. They would be in uproar if Neymar was dropped.
Yeah, they love him.
They love him.
We've canvassed opinion in Brazil.
We have. Hang on. What's that? That was just a few Brazilians saying, yeah, we want Neymar. Last one of the day was sent in by Xavier Davis, and I can't wait to hear your opinion on this. This is going to be
moronic,
sexy.
It's going to be stupid. What is it?
Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes is overrated.
It's not just overrated, it's an out-and-out song. It always has been. I've never liked the... Stop it.
Hold Pat back.
Stop it. I've always hated the White Stripes. They're dog shit. They're in that category of bands who everybody like kind of was really into for a minute, but they're f***ing rubbish.
Yeah.
Like, what are they called? The Arctic Monkeys. Woo! The Arctic Monkeys. All those shit bands, you know, where it was just like knobs with guitars. And people like it, right? Because they could fit any player's shit name into it, right? Robin Van Persie, Kevin De Bruyne. Like, but it's rubbish. They play it before every game. It's like before the World Cup, they were like, we don't know what song we can play when people come out. Let's play Seven Nation Army. But it just, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of playing Bayern Munich in the Champions League.
Yes.
And that's so boring. Like, they're so boring.
Do you know what I will say though, is not all songs that have been taken by chance have ruined them. Freed from Desire has actually improved that song.
Kumbaya, still good.
So that's the end of Hot Takes for this week. If you want to get your spicy opinion talked about next week, send it on Twitter to either Football Daily UK or one of the presenters. What should people watch next?
Stay right here, watch Sunday Vibes. That'll be out tomorrow, maybe?
Tomorrow?
Yes, that's going to happen.
Kieran's
There'll be
comment
Continental Club on Euro Football Daily. Kieran Carlin's comment show. Yep, that's not actually the name of the show. And obviously, you know, World Cup reviews if you want to find out what's going on in the tournament and our top 10s and 11s. And obviously make sure you're subscribed to our channels and follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, follow him on Instagram.
And him as well if you feel like it.